the middle of CTI, my temporary team leader asked everyone on my then team to say something they wanted to gain out of this year. Most people said they wanted to find a direction for their life, find what really intrigued them. In October of 2012, I had the next 5 years of my life planned out. I would spend the next year here with Americorps and CCC, and then go off to college for 4 years after I graduated Americorps. Direction wasn't what I needed. I said that I wanted to find some confusion. I wanted to experience what it was like to not know what was coming next. Spending the last 8 weeks with the fire management team, Fire 7 working with the Coalition for the Upper South Platte, and Fire 5 on disaster relief in Moore, Oklahoma certainly gave me an idea of what constant change and expect the unexpected truly means. Hello everyone, my name is Nadav, and I'm a proud member of the fire unit. Oh, the places you'll go. When we walked into our first community meeting all those months ago, this sign was hanging on stage. Ken introduced himself and told us to look around the room, because not everyone sitting with us would be graduating today. I'm a 19-year-old who graduated high school in June of 2012, and arriving here in October, I was a very cocky kid. When Ken told us that a good amount of us wouldn't be here today, I thought he must be over-exaggerating. Said to myself, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I was wrong. Unfortunately, many of the young men and women who were sitting with us 10 months ago are not accepting their graduation from Americorps and CCC with us today. But as Fire 1 embraced during our Round 3 project, small can still be mighty. And when the small numbers are NCCC members, we will get things done. Now, as everyone sitting in this room should know, the 10 months of being NCCC is no easy task. Whether you are an alumni of another Americorps class, a staff member here in Denver, a going-to-be alum in a few minutes, or family and friends who listen to our venting when things don't go the way we planned, by no stretch was this year's simple job. This job had, in Ken's words, a month-long interview process, followed by constant change. Because as we all know, the only constant here is change. For instance, in 4 rounds here in the southwest region of NCCC, I've had 5 different team leaders on 6 different teams. It's a lot of change. At some point while building trails in San Antonio, I decided that I would try and control some of the change by requesting to be taken off the list of fire units, fire management alternates. When I made this request, I thought I put a lot of thought into my decision. I thought about why I wanted to be off the team, and I thought about how great I could be if I wasn't on the team anymore. What I didn't think about was everything else. I didn't think about the money, training, and trust that had already been put into making me successful on the fire management team. But as my unit leader, Julie Nesmith, reminded me, it's not about me. We are all brought here to serve others and make communities stronger. This was the perfect response at the perfect time. At this point in my service year, I started to lose sight of why I decided to spend 10 months with NCCC. I was questioning whether it was even worth staying out the rest of the year. Obviously, I'm still here. Several weeks later, Julie visited my team in San Antonio, and while sitting at the table with the whole team, she told us that the new additions to the team after round 1, myself, Shelby Chamberlain, and Nicola Simmons, were put on Fire 3 this round for a purpose, to help bring the team to a more positive place. This was a turning point in my merit year. I have an entire unit of incredible core members. I was a part of a group that my unit leader believed could help here. Fire 3 did end round 2 much stronger than we began it, but that was not because my presence created a stronger team. That was because an already strong team welcomed me and the other new Fire 3 members, integrated us into how they worked, and through 2 months of trail building, we strengthened each other until we were able to push and inspire each other to success. I watched Shelby erase a huge deficit in her hours in a matter of weeks by working extra hours and weekends. I watched Chelsea take the extra step every single day to make sure everybody's work was getting done. I worked alongside Fantasia every weekend to get caught up on my hours, even though she didn't need to work a single extra one. That Fire 3 team has my sincerest gratitude, because you guys were a major factor in keeping me going. Oh, the places we went. From the north of Colorado to the south of Texas, from the east of Arkansas to the west of Arizona, and everywhere in between, with a spattering of New York and New Jersey trips thrown in the mix. this room has seen it all. Not everywhere has been fun for everyone, and very few projects have been easy. But in true Americorps and CCC fashion, we persevered in the face of adversity. I think Fantasia Doctor put it best when, during her third round project, she was asked if she was happy. She answered, "I never really thought about it. It's not about us. The things we do every day, we forget about ourselves and the impacts we create. In order to change a perspective, to give a different view, not just for what's in front of us, but within ourselves, growing, changing, and understanding. Crazy what happens when you see it through the rear view." I think the most important lesson that we must walk out of this room with is not to think of this year as the places we went. We must walk out of this room prepared for the places we will go. We are all headed in different directions. Some of us to college, some of us to graduate school. Some to return to this room in a few months in gray shirts or green shirts. Some are going to the Appalachian Trail. Many to new jobs and careers. While we will always remember the places we went, we must keep our eyes on the horizon, to the places we have yet to go. As I am sure that NCCC alone will attest to, we were not trained to do 1 year of service. We did not spend 9 months on spike projects in order to be done with all of it after graduation. We were trained for a month, and we have had 9 months of practice. And now it is time for us to go out into the world and enact change in all the places that we will go. As Margaret Mead once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that it ever has." On behalf of everyone sitting in this room in our Amerituxes, thank you to all the staff here at the Denver campus of Americorps National Civilians Community Corps. We are better and stronger than the first time we sat down here. And to the office staff and everyone wearing green, you guys are such a huge reason for this change. To my unit leader, Joey, who, when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis during my term with the fire management team, she had no intention of ending my year. And then a week and a half later, I was told that I was not allowed to work outside in the heat. Instead of debating whether I should go home, she immediately found me a new team and a new project. Thank you so much, because the thought of being sent home and not being able to graduate today scared me more than my diagnosis did. To Arthur, Chris, Susan, Faye, and Lalila, thank you so much for being my team leaders these last 10 months. You have each made such a huge impact in my life and helped shape who I am today. To the fire unit, you guys are awesome. And to all the Corps members and other team leaders in this room now, thank you for making this year great. To anyone who hasn't been at CCC, the bonds built here between Corps members is deeper than any friendship I could have ever imagined. We take care of each other and we watch out for each other. Everyone here is still here because of, at least in part, someone else in here. These months have been the most challenging, both physically and mentally, and sometimes the worst 10 months of my life. But because of everyone who has been a part of this year's class, unit leaders, office staff, team leaders, and Corps members, these have without a doubt been the most influential, the most memorable, and the 10 absolute best months of my life. Thank you everyone so much. And now to Class 19A of the Americorps National Civilians Community Corps of the Southwest Region, congratulations.